Ringmaster. Welcome to the Big Top. Was designed by Justin Gary and published by StoneBlade Entertainment. And it's a take-that card game where you are going to be playing cards to attract stars, build attractions, distract your opponents with some sideshows, and have random events that happen, all to build the circus that captures the mind. I didn't really have a lot of expectations going into Ringmaster because while I really enjoyed the concept of building a circus that's fairly unique, there's not a lot of games that I know of anyway about building a circus, but the fact that they chose to combine that with a take-that card game, it doesn't seem like that would mix very well to me. Was I right in thinking that? Let's find out. The theme of this game is not there at all. There has been no points in any of my playthroughs of this game where I felt like I was actually building a circus. I felt the entire time I was just playing cards. Now, I'm not going to be knocking this game for that because this is a card game after all, and theme is incredibly hard to integrate into a card game. Hundreds, if not thousands of games have tried to, and the only one that I can think of that has managed to integrate it, and even then it was very little, was Red Dragon Inn, which was, ironically, another take-that card game where you're basically trying to get your opponents to drink to the point where they pass out or make them lose all their money. Because it is just a card game, and card games are so hard to work theme into, the lack of theme and failure to integrate a theme doesn't affect my overall thoughts. The artwork for this game is good. It's probably my favorite aspect of it. I really like how they went with a style that made it look like one of those 1880s to 1900 style circus promotional posters, especially when you look at it closely. You can see in the detail, it looks like the cards were almost painted right onto the sides of buildings. The illustrations within the cards look fairly well. Most of it is just a character and a background. The artwork for the characters is fine. They're a little bit cartoony for me, but that doesn't bother me a whole lot. The font is fairly easy to see. You shouldn't have too many issues there. Overall, good quality. Another thing I will say about the cards is that I really like how there are very few duplicates of them. So that means there's going to be a good chance that some events will not get played, some stars won't see the light of day, you won't see maybe one or two different sideshows here and there, and I think that is going to provide a good amount of replay value. However, the attractions have a lot of repeats. And this leads into one of my two big problems with this game. First off being the attractions are incredibly restrictive. There are 15 attraction cards in the game, but only 5 of them are different types. The rest just repeat each other, and only 3 of them actually determine how you win the game, which is not something I have a problem with. I do like the idea of having multiple different ways to win. That does open up the strategy a little bit, and it adds a little bit of replay value. However, the attractions themselves mostly repeat each other, and I find incredibly frustrating that with the ways to win, they only put in 3 out of 15 cards. 6 of them are the 3-ring circus, 4 of them are the big top, and 1 of them is the sideshow tent. Which means that there are 4 cards left in the attractions that don't count as anything. I mean, the other 2 attractions that are in the game are the exotic exhibit and the clown car, and both of them literally say this attraction counts as however many attractions it says. That just, to me, makes it seem like through the designing of this game, they were just like, oh crap, we don't have any more ideas and we still have 4 cards to finish. Let's just have them count as attractions. Why not? So while I do think that having multiple ways to win is a good idea, I felt like they did not capitalize on it nearly as much as they could have done. Having maybe like 5 to 6 different ways to win would have opened up the replay value a lot more, and that would have a lot more people playing the game for longer. Because as it is now, by the time you finish maybe 2 plays, you'll probably have seen all the different ways to win. On a positive note though, I will say this game is extremely easy to teach. All you do is just draw a card and play a card, do what it says, and if you have a star in front of you, you may use that star's ability once per turn. That's all you need to do. That is a good thing, because that means that you don't have a lot to teach. You can get people up to speed quickly. There won't be a ton of questions to drag down the game time. And it also means the game will finish faster. The box says 10 minutes, That is the absolute max that this game should last. But most likely, since turns go so quick of just drawing a card and playing a card, you'll probably finish within maybe 5 minutes. And the last thing I have to talk about is the gameplay, which is my other big problem with this game. This game is like the quintessential take that of card games. Just play good cards on yourself, bad cards on others. And you might be thinking, well, that's what every take that card game does, and that's true. But the good ones do something to set them apart from the standard. For example, Red Dragon Inn, you are doing more than just playing cards on other people and helping yourself. You also have that drink deck to worry about, where you're trying to get people hammered while not trying to pass out drunk yourself. There's also money in it, where you, instead of simply just playing cards to hurt somebody else, you can start a gambling act where you could basically try to get someone to lose all their money, and they would lose that way. Red Dragon Inn did something to set it apart from other take that card games. This one is pretty much just play good cards on yourself and bad on others. They tried to do something to set it apart by having those different victory conditions, but like I said, by the time you finish like 3 plays, you'll have seen everything, and the amount of excitement that's there just goes down hard. The other problem I had with the gameplay was the stars. Now, I really like the idea of the stars. I love the idea of having each star having its own special ability, and when you have it in front of you, the ability is yours. That means that there's going to be a little bit of differentiation between the players. However, the stars, one of them is what I would call, as well as many others call, the Card of Doom. A card that is unbelievably overpowered, that whoever gets it basically has the best chance of winning. In every game I've played of this, the person who won the game had the Lion Tamer, which allows you to play 2 cards every turn. And in a game that only allows you to play 1 card per turn, the ability to play 2 repeatedly is huge. And because it's a pure benefit card, there's no repercussions for using in the Lion Tamer. You can just simply empty your hand every turn, end up with most of the cards, which can be even worse when you are basically becoming the benefit of the luck of the draw, because that's really what this game is. There is really no strategy to this game whatsoever. It is basically a luck fest, because it's luck what you draw on your turn. It's luck whether you get the abilities of the stars. It's luck whether you actually get the cards that you need to match the attractions that you need. It's just luck. Overall, this game did not satisfy me at all, which is a shame, because I like some of the ideas behind it. I liked the idea of having multiple victory conditions. I liked the idea of the theming of the building the circus. I like the artwork. The artwork works. And I like the idea of having different abilities differentiating between the players. But the high amounts of luck, the lack of replay value with the conditions, and the overpowered star of the Lion Tamer just kills it. I'm going to give Ringmaster Welcome to the Big Top a 3 out of 10. Obviously, I would not recommend this game to really anybody, but with all that said, I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you like Ring? Unfortunately, I cannot recommend this game to anyone. But with all that said, I want to know what your thoughts are on Ringmaster. Do you like it? Do you not? Let me know in the comments below and we can have a conversation. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. That means a lot to me. If you like what I do and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more tutorials, reviews, and unboxings. Thank you all as always so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.